we're all real people here. And everybody has stories, everybody has their struggles. I wanted to be a bodybuilder. I'd look at magazines and I'd see who I wanted to be, and I'd think that right then I had to be that person. And because I couldn't, it made me feel like less of a person. I had no idea who I wanted to be. I just wanted to fit in. Junior high, I had, I guess you'd call it a learning disability. I'd read something and everybody else got it. I'd have to read it, multiple times before I even got any part of what they got. So it started with that, and then it started with, man, I had these big old shoulder bones and I was so insecure about it. When you first hug a girl back in junior high, that's the only thing I could think is don't touch the shoulder bones because I'm so skinny. My friends, or so I thought, would go spread rumors to the girls about certain things. I didn't realize what an impact that was having on me because I was trying to play it off. I remember being called the autistic wizard. And then it was about how dumb I was, how I couldn't remember anything. That made me feel like that's who I was. Yeah, I was stupid. Yeah, I was learning impaired. And that's basically how it went. That stuff, it sticks with you and you don't even know it. They defined every part of me. And I regretfully accepted it back then. After junior high, going into high school, things got worse because acne started. I took all kinds of drugs and medications to get rid of it, and nothing helped. I was already in a state of vulnerability, and that just added to the cup. That was about, I would say, the lowest that it ever got is 10th grade. There's the house I grew up in until I was 17, right here on the left. That's where pretty much everything happened growing up.
And that's where a lot of your story, your struggles and everything, and that's
where a lot of the serious stuff happened, right there. The garage right there brings back a lot of memories just to sit and think about, because there's multiple places in that house where that could have been the last moment, I didn't want to live anymore. I felt like I was not worth anything to my parents, to my family. I was let down to them. One day, I thought about all these things and it all just roller coastered in my mind. And I was like, emotions were just crazy. I went to the medicine cabinet and I picked up some Tylenol and some ibuprofen, and I took everything that was in the bottle left, and they were the big bottles. And I started puking out the side of my bed. I remember the position of my bed facing towards the mountains there, and I remember the bowl on the floor, and I remember the white pills after I threw up in the bucket and thinking my mom was gonna find out. And it's like it was yesterday, the memory of it. I woke up the next morning, I felt like crap, but I still didn't feel like I was worth living. And my dad's car was still in the garage, so I grabbed the keys and I went and sat in the car, turned it on, shut the garage. And I don't remember how many hours I was in there, but it was almost till my parents came home. I got out of the car after I realized that wasn't gonna work, and I went and found my dad's gun. All my emotions really hit me, and it wasn't just an attention-seeking thing. I didn't want anybody to know about this. At that point, I didn't care. I still just wanted to die. So I got in that car that was in the garage and I drove up the canyon. So this clearing here I picked just because it was the most open to where I could pull in and maybe be out of sight a little bit. I had a red Camaro that I pulled in there. There was no gate and no snow at the time, but I pulled up right there, got out the left side of my car, and I just looked up the mountain to the top of it, and I was like, this is it. And that mountain kind of reflected the obstacles that I'd been faced with. And I just all I can think now is how thankful I am I didn't do it. Like, what I'd be missing out on right now. That's powerful. At the time, I thought
I had to do that. But if there was a message to show anybody, these are tears of, like, I'm thankful that didn't happen, that whatever it was stopped me from doing that, because I have so much to live for now. And everybody has so much to live for. You just don't realize it when you're in that state of mind. Man.
I felt so alone, and that nobody else was going through this, that I was the only one. Come to find out, I wasn't. Everybody has somebody that they care about or that cares about them. I have people that care. I have people that, even after this, are still in my corner. So that gave me a little bit of hope to keep pushing forward.
Where did you find strength when you kind of discovered that you needed to change something within yourself? Where did that strength come from?
That strength came from realizing that I couldn't rely on self-pity and pity from others. One particular moment, I was just sitting on my couch and I was just realizing, man, can I live with myself the way I am? Like, I felt like a bum. I felt like I was worthless. I didn't feel like I had anything to give. What's the end goal for me? Who am I going to become? I'm not going to be depressed anymore. I'm not going to be the old Shawn that I thought I was. That's when I started developing tools and hiring people to be on my side and give me those tools that I never had before to be able to get past this. And then I started making goal lists, and then I started following those goals, and that started giving me those small wins. I started creating new habits and things like that. I quit chewing, I quit drinking as much, all kinds of things that were playing against my ultimate goal. I don't think that I was aware of the power of thought and what I was thinking and feeling would play such a huge part in the recovery process. And over the course of a few years, I'm sitting here with you, and I never thought I'd be here. Believing in yourself is the biggest thing, and it's all a mindset. And when you have the right mindset, you're gonna go out and do things that you think you couldn't do. I'm just like you. If you're struggling out there, if you're watching this, I've been there. I've been at the lowest of the lows. But now I feel like I'm on cloud nine, and I just want to help other people feel that way. How am I going to get my word out? What's my why now? My why now is to help other people that were in my situation and spread the word that you can get over these obstacles, even though they might seem impossible. It wasn't until I started helping other people around me that I started getting this different feeling, this warm feeling, this sense of fulfillment that I hadn't felt before. So by helping other people and sharing my story and watching them grow from it, I know that I have a purpose.